While you were asleep. Our reporter Brian Obuya was out in the night, and here's what he found out for us.
Well, thank you. Right. This episode of While You Are Asleep is coming to you from the Mlolongo Weighbridge in Machakos County. And tonight in this episode, while you are sleeping, we were focusing on long-distance trucks. We have been looking at a story of these trucks, especially because there were regulations about when they should travel, what time they should travel, and what time they need to take stopovers to rest, and where they should go, and to what extent they should not go past. Now, it appears that some of these regulations are not really very clear. We managed to talk to a driver of one of those trucks, and according to the look of things, it is also not clear whether they actually understand that there were such regulations. Maybe let's just listen in. Wewe kwa ule wakati umefanya hii kazi, kuna masaa yenye mtu anafaa kuoperate na masaa yenye mtu hafai kuoperate labda? Ama ni vile tu mtu ukijisikia uko sawa umechoka?
Najua hii kazi ni 24 hours. Kwa hivyo pengine ukisikia umechoka ama dereva akiwa amechoka, mnaweza pumzika. Mahali mnaweka gari mahali iko sawa, pengine kulingana na ile mzigo mnapepa. Juu hamwezi weka mahali popote gari. Na ile mzigo ambao mnapepa iko na risk fulani. So paka muangalie mahali pazuri mnaweza egesha gari kesho ndio mpumzike, baadaye mwanze safari.
So tuseme kulingana na wewe, hakuna wakati wenye hizi magari kubwa zinafaa kusafiri na wakati hazifai kusafiri, kwa sababu kuna wengine walikuwa wananiambia kwamba magari haya hizi kubwa zinafaa ziache kusafiri mwendo wa kama saa 3 hivi usiku, then yaanze tena kama asubuhi saa 12 ama saa 11.
Sana najua yale magari ambayo pengine na restriction kutembea usiku ni PSV hii ya abiria, lakini ya mzigo inategemea na nyinyi wenyewe kama mko sawa. Kama mko sawa mnaweza endelea na safari, kama mko sawa hamwezi mkaendelea.
Well, it was observed that most accidents caused by the long-distance trucks are as a result of fatigue, whereby the drivers are driving for very long hours and taking almost no sleep in their journey. Now, it is also clear that some of these truck drivers are working under pressure from their bosses. Now, very few of them will admit or even talk about it because their employers want them to deliver goods in good time to save on the employer's time at the expense of the regulations and the laws and the physical health, the mental health, the psychological health of the drivers and their conductors. Very few of them will admit, apart from this man who doesn't want us to reveal his identity. Now, he has worked for a leading cement company for the last 3 years. He got an accident and he was taken to hospital by the employer, but later on to be demoted because apparently the driver had damaged the car. Not because the driver himself had gotten a serious injury, and according to some of the letters he's showing me, he had to undergo a lot of surgery to bring him back on his feet. The employer did not consider that, but considered that his vehicle had actually been damaged. He's among the few people who will admit that some of these truck drivers, following instructions from their employers, are flouting some of the most pertinent regulations that ensure safety not only of the truck drivers, but also of the people and other vehicles, or rather motorists, on the roads. Now, there were regulations that these trucks should not go into the CBD, but it is interesting to realize that in the short period of time we have been here, we have noticed just many of these truck drivers going through the same CBD. Now, also about tonight, while you were sleeping up to about 11 p.m., there were protests at Machakos University College. Now, those students were protesting what they called lack of enough security within the school premises. Earlier on, the previous night, 3 students had been attacked and they sustained serious injuries. They were taken to Machakos Level 5 Hospital, whereby they were referred to the Kenyatta National Hospital. By yesterday night, one of the students had succumbed to his injuries. The student only identified as Dixon had lost his life after succumbing to the serious injuries in that attack. 2 of those students are currently at the Kenyatta National Hospital. Now, when we visited the hospital in the night, we were unable to speak to the patients because it was really late in the night. But the hospital admitted that the students were in their facility receiving treatment. One of them identified only as George and the other identified as Zacchaeus Maindu. Also about tonight, just outside the Standard Group Center, there was a minor accident involving 2 saloon cars, one of them bearing a registration number of the government of Kenya. Police say that they are looking for a third vehicle which actually caused that accident. They say it's a fielder, and they are on a manhunt of the driver of that vehicle. The 2 vehicles were totally written off while no one was injured in that accident. The police accounts and those of the survivors claim that there is very, very reckless driving at the junction just next to Subaru, Kenya. Well, right, that's where we wish to end this episode of While You Are Asleep. The whole story has been coming to you from the Mlolongo Weighbridge in Machakos County. My name is Brian Obuya. Back to you in studio.
All right, and that's what happens while you were asleep. Our reporter, Brian Obuya, there, bringing us details of what happens. There's quite a lot that happens while many of us are asleep. Now, that's where we're going to end up this hour, but we'd like to take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for us to focus on what has been hot this week on Hot Topics. The panel is there and ready to give us what has been happening this week. Of course, there's been a lot going on. So what has been a hot topic for you? Feel free to let us know. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right here on Morning Express.